Video 65. October 3, 2011. Mythi, Pamela, and Janet asks, I would like to know what planet and star system the Krulians came from before they had to build their big ship to live on. The Krulians are a humanoid race native to your galaxy, the Milky Way. They lived in a system on the opposite side to you, 80,000 light-years away and about 200 degrees from your position in the plane of the galaxy, whose name, pronounced in English recalls, Kugan system. There are 2 sun, twins, and 18 orbiting planets. 3 times Krulian civilization was almost extinguished when they had their colonies on planets. They are not warriors, but they are very advanced in technology, and this has led to several attacks by breeds that wanted to dominate them and seize their technological advances. For this reason, after an attack of a breed of hybrid insects for thousands of years ago, that reduced its total population to only 20%, they decided to build large spacecrafts, almost impregnable keeping systems to neutralize from attack by bad-intentioned beings through transient cerebral paralysis, that is, they communicate the fact to the corresponding Community Galactica, and leave decisions on prosecution and punishment for the regional councils. No one dares to attack them. They are gentle and spiritually advanced beings, men are friendly and women are very beautiful. They are frequency at level 8 of the 3rd dimension and is very comfortable and rewarding to be in their presence, as they convey peace, harmony, and well-being. Mythi, Maverick asks, should we in west of North Continent prepare for cold weather? When is Nibiru to make its most threatening gesture to Earth? Is the climate of Earth headed to Ice Age? Maverick, the dwarf star is to be diverted if the maneuver is carried out. A short ice age could happen if your supervolcanoes explode. One of the major factors that may cause the explosion of these is the high rate of incidence of the radiation from solar flares that heat the center of the planet at very high levels, causing the expansion to generate large tectonic movements. In the event of a geological accident of this magnitude, there will be a decline in temperature across the globe. At best, as low as -30 degrees centigrade in the regional averages for 2 to 3 years. The regions closer to the equator will be more amenable to a possible survival of communities abandoned outside the shelters. Mythi, Tyaki asks, can you tell us if there is some kind of better shelter to prevent suffering caused by solar radiation type, pyramid, copper, gold? Friend, amorphous materials, like stone, ceramic and concrete are the most suitable against radiation, and if the outer surface is white or mirror, will reduce the incidence of radiation to a minimum level. Metals as well as warm, easily create electrical charges when subjected to high radiation and is not suitable for this type of protection. Mythi, Jerry asks, will people require rescue before the galactic alignment? Will the galactic alignment take place October 28 as some scientists suggest? Jerry, the alignment with the center of the galaxy has already begun this month. During a period of 10 months, the planet's magnetic field will fluctuate, will begin to fade until it reach a minimum level, when it will be reversed and spending to increase in intensity again. The final stabilization will start in the end of 2012 when the entire solar system will move to the opposite hemisphere of the galaxy. Stefan asks, can you give any specific info about the volcano on the Canary Island? Does you see this, and if so, when? Stefan, the volcano of the Canary Islands is corked by a large mass of solid lava that arose in the form of an island during its last major eruption. This mass is raised almost vertically from the ocean floor, and that's what makes it dangerous in the case of a new eruption. This great mountain can be broken and half of it may fall to the deeper side. If it does cause a major shock wave that drives ocean waters across the Atlantic at high speed. Volcanic eruptions are impossible to predict. 109 years ago, a very close race hours, from Rigel Centaurs, crashed in an observation of volcanic activity on the island of Martinique during a major eruption, all dying. Of course, when you notice the excessive increase in activity in the currently active volcanoes, you should immediately leave the areas near these hotspots. Enlightened asks, was wondering if you can give us a time frame for the Sun to start going completely nuts. Even without the dwarf star, if that were to happen, and was wondering if we could get an explanation as to how that alone will affect us more specifically. I think I partially answered this question, but in relation to living beings. The Sun will increase activity in this period as always does every 11 years. The big difference is that the weakening of the magnetic field of the planet in every single period of 238 million years, which is when the solar system reverses its position through the equator of the galaxy. The year 2012 is the last year of the cycle of translation of the solar system around the center of the galaxy. From 2013 is the year 1 of 238 million for that to happen again. You should avoid strong radiation, protecting themselves in the shadows and being more active at night. If there is pollution of the atmosphere by volcanic ash, temperatures will drop. But you will be protected from these effects of the Sun, which, when the dust clears, solar activity and Earth's magnetic field will be stabilized. Mythi, Megavocana asks about earthquakes in Virginia and Oregon. It was proven that they were explosions, not earthquakes, which killed about 60,000 people. You know something about it? Well, I would not want to get into the merits of this issue, but your military was trying something they should not try. The Pleiadians have very advanced techniques for the decommissioning of nuclear missiles. The techniques involve force fields at the atomic level that prevents interaction with the nuclei of atoms exposed. And this is a complicated technique. Your military scientists tried techniques to counteract this effect, and caused the detonation of missiles in its own underground bases. We know that 7,000 aliens were also eliminated during the events. Reptilian scientists should be working also in the process trying to learn the techniques of deactivation. And it seems to have failed. A missile off, can be dismantled for scrap because it cannot be activated again by any known process. Mythi, Karibi 102 asks, can you tell us if you have solved the Riemann hypothesis? Caribbean, this and several other hypotheses may be understood in full when applied in practice. In the processes of quantum behavior, both mechanical and behavioral of matter, particles and energy in their states finite and infinite. Many of these theories in which it proposes to adjust constants and variables to a practical end result will be answered with a better knowledge of quantum physics in its fullness. Pure mathematics has no adequate responses to behaviors in which the active elements define part of their behavior in accordance with the environment they are subject. Paul asks, can we expect the rotational direction of the Earth to reverse in conjunction with the pole reversal of December 2012? No, Paul, the rotation may change the length of day to more or less hours, but the rotation will remain the same. The theory that the Earth will stop rotating and move in the opposite direction is absurd. If it stopped, nothing could make her gain speed counter. Such a situation would shift the entire Earth's crust by the inertial force involved. Fibster asks, so what happens now on Mars? Fibster, Mars is very beautiful, is getting a lot of water and totally changing the look. CB showed me an artist's concept of Mars reformulated and appearance is very similar to what is currently taking. It is a pity that the spectrum of colors is lost in the distance, as you could see with your telescopes changes that are happening there. The reptilians, even with all the personality defects, are doing a good job there. Many of your scientists and military reportedly killed here were actually secretly transferred there. The population there is around 35,000 and there are human beings born there, real Martians. See, with the birth of intelligent beings there, Mars is considered to be an inhabited planet. Like Earth, with status of a colony, in this case a mixed colony, humanoid and not humanoid. This new age will be very interesting for the solar system without any doubt.